Okay, hi guys. So we are back in the wonderfulness that is Stardew Valley. And as you can see, I have my 3 accounts up here. I recently made the Sable account because there was a couple of things that I wanted to try. I'm trying to make sure she's a little bit further ahead of Faye, who is my impressions. So I'm not playing her until I get Faye further. So my goals today are to once again have Faye ahead of Sable. So Sable's not ahead of Faye of my impressions character, which is silly. And I also want to get on Noni a little bit and try to get to a little over 100,000 so I can do the expansion. So those are our goals for tonight. Thank you all for joining me, and let's have some fun. Now the trick is, where do I want to start? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to get on Faye, and I'm going to play for about 4 days and get her up to where Sable is actually. Let's play her 5 days, get her a day ahead of Sable. Go on to Noni for a bit, get up to over 100,000, and then get the expansion bot and play through until it's completed. Check it out, kind of see how it goes, see what you need to build, and maybe start aging that cheese that I have there. Maybe have some wine at that point. So I think a couple of my kegs are about to pop with some wine in that save file. And then once I have that, once we've started doing that and you can kind of see a little bit how that works, I'm going to probably finish up on Faye and get her a couple of days ahead. We'll see how it goes. Obviously, this can change up a bit as we play. As always, if you guys have any questions, if you're in chat live while I'm playing this on Twitch, feel free to ask. If you are watching this playback on YouTube, as always, questions and stuff in the chat below. Great. I will answer them. I always read the responses to my videos. So go ahead and feel free to ask me questions. I will answer them to the best of my ability, all right? So let's get started. Go on Faye. Now, the difference is between this one and the other account, and why it's really not fully spoiling, is because I did make the Sable account on the hill map. And let me tell you, I really wanted to talk to you guys about this. That hill map, I have heard streamers really excited about that map. Like, pretty much as far as anyone's concerned, that is the map to have. And because it's a really good middle of the line. I mean, you've got plenty of space as far as any of the maps are concerned. And you've got good resources. Everyone knows that mining gets you good stone. And your access to copper at the very beginning is amazing and super helpful for getting your upgrades going quickly. And you still have like a stream in the middle, so you have access to water. And the layout is kind of nice. It separates things. But I really hate it. Like, I played it and I was so frustrated. I mean, at the end I started kind of figuring out where the charms about it were. But the biggest problem that I have is the problem I had with the main map. In fact, I would say that the hill map's actually worse for this. Is that you can't move. Like, you really can't. Like, I've got all but one of my bridges across my river. I think they give you about like 3 bridges, maybe 4, I don't remember. But they give you bridges to cross the giant river that cuts your entire thing in half. And I can use 1, maybe 2 if there's 4. But I know I've got 2 solid bridges out of commission because I either have a stump or a big rock on one of the 2 sides of it. And so it makes walking and moving around a lot harder because you only have a couple of ways you can go. And then you've got, on the base part, you've got this big giant hill thing, which is kind of cool. That little raised area is great. I'm actually thinking of putting like my chicken coops up there, just because it's a little bit out of the way. It's well defined, but at the same time you have one way up and one way down, and it's decorated with the berry bushes for spring, and you cannot access them. Oh my God. So it is not the best map. Everyone claims, oh yes, this is a good map, because yeah, there's a lot more building area on it than any of the other new maps that you got, besides of course the combat one, which has its own problems if you're not too friendly with combat. But it's just a pain in the neck to use. The area where you have to go in order to use your thing is very similar to the forest map. It's on the left side of the map, but whereas it's easy for me to get over to the left-hand side of my map, and it goes up and down. That one is only in the lower left-hand side, which is exactly diagonal from where your home is. So you're going the furthest away from your house on the map in order to use that area. And that's the benefit. That's the beneficial area. And so it's just, I don't like it. I really don't. It's such a pain in the neck for a map. It really is. So, I don't know. But yeah, I wanted to share that with you guys since I had been playing that on Sable and I had been experimenting. And so, and I also wanted to make sure you all knew I wasn't going ahead with another forest map. That would just be kind of silly, and that would really especially ruin the experience, which I really didn't want to do. Obviously that each playthrough has its own different things that it gives you. There's different areas where I think that Sable's map is definitely more advanced than Faye's map. But that's mostly because when you've just restarted another and then you just start a new one, you kind of can see where you're at as far as everything is concerned. You can kind of tell, oh, I need to do X, or oh, I need to do Y. I didn't do that like 2-3 days ago when I played on this other account, but I know now that I need to do that. So there's areas where I have definitely progressed more. I already have a silo built on the other one, but then again, that's also because I have ease of access to copper on that one, so that made it easier. Then you also have the situation where I definitely got through meeting people a lot quicker on that map. I've got a couple of upgrades faster because you get the furnace the second you break open any ore rock or you go into the mines for the first time. Either one of those events triggers him. So I literally went down my second day on the map and over, and I farmed copper on Sables, and suddenly I had Clint at my door going, yo, you want a furnace? So I got a furnace, and that really does help speed the game up a bit. So I can see why people are doing that, but at the same time, I really like this gathering map. I like the access to wood, because wood, as you get later on in the game, is a lot harder to get access to. You're able to, with enough of an axe upgrade, unlock the forest. And yes, the forest will constantly replenish little stumps for you to go, but you also have enemies in that forest you have to kill, so it's not safe. And you have to plan your way around, whereas it's just on my home map. Lols. So I really think that this map is really honestly the better map, and I am in full recognition that I'm 100% in the minority in believing that. So don't mind me. Anyway, I already wasted about 20 minutes of my morning on Tuesday the 16th. As you can see, I went to bed a little late. Didn't get to get any of my special stuff put away, mostly because I was almost dead. And at least I think I was almost dead. I was either almost dead or I was almost about to pass out. One of the two. Pretty positive I was almost dead. So let's check the weather for today. Oh, actually, this is the weather for tomorrow. It's going to be sunny tomorrow like it is sunny today, which means a lot of watering. Now, another thing I noticed on the other map is I got a lot. I would say I almost had like 7 rain days out of those 20 days, whereas I think I've had maybe 1 or 2. No, I think I had 1 rain day. One rain day on this account in the same time period. And having those rainy days really does help you build up revenue because you're not having to spend your time and effort watering your plants. So, yeah. And here's Pierre telling me that he is now selling fertilizers. But the thing is, Pierre is selling the Speed Grow that I just got 20 of for completing a collection. And he is also selling the basic fertilizer, which just costs me a sap or 2. And I am surrounded by trees. So this is not helpful. It's nice. It's good because now I know that Pierre will eventually, as I continue, gain better and better fertilizers that I can buy when it eventually becomes more cost effective to buy. But for now, not so much. I already have fertilizers I can use, and I have been using because I've been trying to get my turnips to that Gold Star because I'd like to get my 5 Gold Star turnips before the end of spring so I do not have to deal with that second year. But, you know, things. That looks to be my only mail for the day, so we're going to go get water. Oh, and the other part that I really don't like. See, here in this map, I've got my water in the same place you got in the original map, which is nice. Means it's right next to where you're more likely to grow your plants. But in the hill farm, your nearest one is actually down the stairs. So that can be a pain in the neck to get to. So I almost have to remember to fill up my watering can right before I go to bed just so that I have it filled in the morning. And water there. Do 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 do. Do 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 do, watering the plants. So whereas this one is just really easy, I just go grab my watering can and just fill it up every morning. That one's just a little bit more of a pain in the neck. So there's that. As you can see up here, I have the fertilizer on my turnips. I already watered you once, I'm going to water you again. I'm trying to water them twice because more water is actually good for them. So I'm going to get some more water here because I just ran out because I was wasting it at the bottom. And we're just going to water here. Beep. And it's already 8:30 in the morning. We are going to water the kitty cat. And then we are going to say good morning to the kitty cat. And we are going to get the plants, not what I want to be doing here. Oy. Wee. There we go. Okay, berries, berries, berries galore. And this is another really cool thing about this map is that I can harvest a lot of these berries. These berries are good for keeping your energy up. They're good for turning into jam once you get the jam makers. They're just generally good things to have in general. So we are going to actually send all of those away. And we are going to check on how many copper bars do I have. Copper bars, I have 1. So I'm going to make 2 more. Because I can. And because I'm going to need them. Because I need 5 in order to make the silo. And I'm really excited to make the silo because that's going to tell me where I can build on this map. So I actually have a lot of questions about the building areas on this map. It's fairly simple on most of the other maps. The green areas are definitely off limits, the hilly areas especially, but it's a lot better defined. Whereas if I chop down the trees over here, technically there's room, but I don't know if it'll let me put a building there. I mean, I can put these here, so why shouldn't I be able to put a building? But I'm not quite sure if that's how it works or not. So that's okay. We're going to put these guys away. because I do not need them. I've got a 1 green bean that is gold we're holding on to. There's a reason for that in fall. So there is that. We're going to send the green beans from harvest and the soggy newspaper, which is basically trash, and we're going to get rid of it. I'm also going to store the speed grow. We're going to take the hoe back out and move that up. And then we're going to look at the stuff we need to do. In the community center, the pantry is looking happy. The crafts room's looking happy. The fish tank, I got my crab. I got those things. So I probably should go run by the beach and see what's going on over there. I definitely need to spend some quality time over here chopping some wood, because I'm going to need a lot more than that. And a lot more than that. So the good news is I should have enough clay, because I believe I only need 5 clay, 5 or 10. No, I need 10 clay, so I need about 3 more clay. I need 2 more of these guys, and then the rest I think is stone, so there's that. So I definitely need to come back and do wood, but I can do that later. We are going to go into town, and I'm going to go see if, since it's the 16th and it's about 11-day gestation, I believe, if I can't get more cauliflowers. Because cauliflowers give you a good payoff as far as things to grow. And I could use more of them. I could also definitely use more turnips if I'm attempting to get them to show up otherwise. The other thing is I can use my speed grow on them. Oh, look, story time. Another thing I've not gotten, the for sale backpack. I really need to be saving some of my revenue to get that. But since tomorrow's Wednesday, and I know I've got some veggies. Ahem, says Morris. I'm going to come buy all of your customers with 50% off coupons. Uh-huh. And everyone is an asshole and leaves. Yes, I just cursed. I'm sorry. This stream is marked mature. At least it should be. Anyone watching who sees differently, please let me know. Yes, you would be selling at a loss because you are a small business. They are not the superior choice. Anywho. And off he goes. Oh boy. And the ladies are doing their thing. I don't know what, but they do it every Tuesday. So, yeah. We're going to go talk to him. We are going to go grab some cauliflower seeds. So I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 will do me. Then 1, 2, 3, those. And again, the only reason why I'm buying these right now, even though I'm trying to save up for that, is because I know I'm going to have some money coming at the end of today. So that's fine. Whee! Another annoying thing with the hill map is that some of those berry bushes are actually right on the river. And so you pluck the berries and then they go straight into the water. Like Zed do. I'm just saying. And I already have, oh no, I already have the expanded backpack, so I actually don't need that. So we're going to go talk to him. Oh, a present, thank you. I just gave him one of my shells when I really did not mean to. Sorry, dude. A great idea can pass through your head when you least expect it, but if your mind is too busy, you may miss it, which explains why you do almost nothing. I also need a lot of wood because I really want to get over there, because you get access to better seashells and stuff over there, like coral. And those things can really give you a boost of income. Super important. So I'm going to go plant my things, and then I'm going to use the rest of my energy for the day, and I'm going to chop some wood down. Now, the really cool thing is that I've got a very... Hello. Oh, hi, it's good to see you. Take it easy. Yep, thank you. What? So I've got a lot of trees on my area, but there's also a ton of trees out and about, like out here, which means I can easily grab those as well and just chop them down. Right now I'm grabbing salmon berries, and I'm going to use them to kind of keep my energy up because I'm about to lose a lot of it. Because I don't have, I'm not leveled up enough in any of my things to minimize a lot of my energy right now. So it does take a lot more energy to do the work than it normally would. So we're going to get started. Whee! See, just lots of salmon berries on my farm. It's amazing. And while this is really only a late spring benefit, there's a lot of other cool things that can grow. So I'm very excited about that. So, okay, now we're going to come up here. And I've got 5, 6, 7, 8. So we are going to expand this over the hope. 1. Over, down, down. Okay, so that gives me 1, 2, 3, 4. 4, 5, 6, and then 7 and 8. 7 and 8. Perfect. Okay. do. See, super easy to make that. And so we go here, and we sprinkle here, and we sprinkle here, and we sprinkle up here, and then we put this down, this down, this down, and then over here, I think I'm good without using the speed grow. There we go. And since I just refilled my water, and what's really cool is if it rains and I water it again, it still counts as the 2 waters. If it's raining and I have my sprinkler system up, it also counts as the 2 waterings. And you can get even more waterings. If you overwater it, it helps with the quality. I'm not quite sure how well it helps with the quality, but it does. So there's that. I'm not going to hit the baby trees because I do want them to grow. So I've got more full trees, which will give me more wood. And I've got trees down here because it's a forest one. It is so nice. There we go. And yes. See how nice the salmon berries are for replenishing your energy. There we go. I'm definitely going to lose some of this wood to the water, and that's just how that's going to work. See? And it's just what happens when the trees get way, 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 way too close to water. Now you can kind of control it based upon how you're hitting the tree, which direction you're hitting from, how much you lose. If you aim it so that you're pushing the tree towards the water, you're obviously going to lose more. So. Now what's really, really bad about streaming is my little FPS thing is actually right where my energy bar is, so it's hard for me to see unless I actually specifically roll over it about how close to dead I am. So I think that's going to be my last power up for that. Going to get a couple more of these trees dead and then call it a night before it gets too close to the end of the day. Whee! So I was also talking to Finder, and he said that he disagreed with something I said on my last stream, which is that the little seeds that you get from the grass, he doesn't think they're bad at all, because they just kind of make the same thing that you make before. And like those daffodils that you can get from it, those are like 30 gold. And so if you have a bunch of them and you're lucky and you get daffodils, that can actually make you a lot of money. So I'm actually going to come over here now. We're going to put away the rest of the salmon berries. And we're going to put away these, this, and this. This is safe for fertilizer. That's the wood I gathered. I don't want to lose that. And this way I at least get some money for the day. Put this here. I'm almost at 350, which is a good place for me to be with the wood. I do need more stone. This needs to be about 100, so we'll work on stone tomorrow. Look at that, 800 gold. See, told you guys I'd earn it back.